All right, now someone asked me about how to use the falsetto, and specifically the falsetto attachment, to get the voice to work. Well, you might say that the falsetto is used and then a breath stop is used. So if I go, ooh, ah, that's a breath stop. And if you go back to my video I made called Slender Singing, I go, ooh, ah, 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 but I'm still got a breath stop. It's not breathy anymore. If I use my Kleenex like this, and you watch it go, watch it move, it goes, ooh, ooh. Now when I stop that leak, I go, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, yeah. So if I take a high note, whatever, ooh, and put a breath stop on it, ooh, ah, now back to falsetto again. Would that have leaked? Would that last note have leaked air? Well, let's find out, right? There it is. Back to falsetto. The paper's moving again. So if I leak air, it is a requirement of falsetto that it be leaky. So if I go like this, look at it leaking. So if I'm training countertenors, I train them to use their falsetto, really falsettists. I train them not to leak in falsetto. So you're like that. Some singers have very beautiful falsettos. I've had a number that I tried to get them to switch to being countertenors because their falsettos were so gorgeous. But you know, as you know, all the men's voices have them. The ladies do it from chest to head. We do it from head to chest. Is one way to play. If I go, oh, that's the way you would train some women, some big female voices. And the men, you can go, ooh, ah, ah, ah. Now where's my breath stop? And I find that by staccatoing. So I go, ooh, there's my falsetto. Ooh, look at the paper blowing like crazy. Ooh, ah, where is that one? So there's several ways to approach the use of your punto d'appoggio, your point of leaning, your punto di fonazione, your point of the phonation, and there are random spots that you can drop the voice on. It works like fun. What if I take a shallow breath and go here? Ooh, ah, ha, 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 ha. Why can't I sing that way? I can, right? I can sing like that. Why not? Now, what if I take that falsetto and attach it lower? So now I'm gonna drop it down in my abdomen. Ooh, ah, 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 ah. Now I'm down here. Ah, 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 ah. Ogni all'alzo lo spazio, guarda è profondo. What am I doing? Where is that staccato and where is my falsetto attachment? So they use that word in the old Italian books, attaccamento, which means attachment. And then they use words like il punto di fonazione. So what is that? So I go, ooh, oh, 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 oh. Now where is the vowel sitting in the back of my neck? Where is that? Does that leak air? Let's see. So the minute I move it back and in, I did a video on the sliding back. This is all combined. This all is inhale the voice, sliding back, your point of phonation, your slender singing. All these things are supposed to end up like this with one vocal technique. See? And I try to teach different aspects of it, especially things when we're on video, especially things that singers can practice by themselves. See? So where do I breathe for all this? Well, there's only one really good way to breathe. Pull your abdomen in and breathe way down your lower back. Now I'm ready to go, ooh, ah, ha, 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 or ooh, ah, ha, 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 or even ooh, ah, ha, ha, ha. Why can't I sing there? Ooh, ah, ah, ah. The truth is I can start to sing anywhere. So you got one singer that says, oh no, it's got to be here. Another singer says, oh no, it's got to be here. Well, you know what? Any of you have ever looked at a chakra chart? And these spots for meditation, all up and down. If you get in Kundalini yoga, they're up and down your back also. And then I watched Krista Ludwig singing like that. And she was leaning right here against the back of her, between her shoulder blades. Ah, well, I can attach my falsetto there too. Ooh, ah, see where I am? Right there. Oh, it's so nice to be here with you. I'm right there on that vertebra, right there. See? So the beautiful thing about doing chakras, especially if you take yoga and you meditation on chakras, so the chakras really are clear in your mind and you really know where you're going and you really feel how to use them anytime you want to, you pick one. Mario Delmonico's was right here. The guy sang Otello 467 times, lived to be 67 years old and died of kidney disease, by the way, but he never had a vocal problem. Now, how do everyone, oh my God, you can't sing here in your throat, that's not possible. Well, you're not singing in your throat. You are stopping the breath before it ever gets into your throat if you use this one. So I go, ha ha ha, and there I am. So I go, ooh, ah, ha ha ha, and now I've got my falsetto attached here. So I go, ooh, ah, 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 ah. There is no pain, no discomfort, no nothing, because I'm not using this. I'm using something down inside. And this is just the chakra of choice for this moment. So I noticed that Pavarotti in the master class talked about holding it still here. So what happens if I do that? Now what chakra is that? You got one at your navel, and you got one below your navel in the abdomen, and then you got two in the crotch. So we don't really know which one he's talking about, but he had his hand right here. So let's say it's the navel. So I go, ooh, ah, where is that? Ooh, ah, ooh, ah. Mai mio mistero è chiuso in me, il nome mio nessun saprà, no, no, sulla tua bocca lo dirò. What am I going to do when I get up there and it's big as a house and I'm 80 years old? I don't really have that kind of pizzazz and strength anymore, so I would probably find one. In other words, I'm not Pavarotti, crushing thought. I don't know if I can stand it or not. But if when I was younger, I could hold that stuff. See? And why not? If you go, how about this one? This is much more common anyway. Other words, and look, all you young, beautiful, gorgeous young talents, you don't always feel good for one reason or another. You might be tired, you might be ill, who knows? And you need to know different ways to sing anyway. You need to know different points of attachment. Some of them require tremendous amount. Caruso in his famous contrary motion, he said, pull in your abdomen and breathe in your lower back. I now do a contrary motion. So where does that attach my, attach my falsetto? Ooh, ah. Now I'm doing a contrary motion. Ooh, ah. So the hardest one for me today at this point in time, and it's real hot here, we've got real heat wave, and the hardest one for me is the Pavarotti one, which is here. The other ones are easier, so who knows? You know, we're all built differently. He was built like a building. And everybody envied him and his strength and his unbelievable sanctity. He was 72 and still singing great. So I'm 80. I'm now a little passé. But the point is, where is the point of leaning that you want to use? And all of them can be attached from the falsetto. And I thought today I really should talk about falsetto. So let's go. Let's use the inhaling technique falsetto. So I go. Now I'm going to inhale the voice, but I'm going to start with the falsetto. Where am I attaching my falsetto? Which chakra is it? Well, we're free in Kundalini. We're taking Kundalini yoga. I have a chakra right here. In Hatha yoga, I have a chakra right here. So the one I was doing was sucking it back down to this one. If I use Krista Ludwig's, I go, ooh, ah, oh, look and Angeli. Well, I have some choices. Right now, being an old pro, an old theater bird, as they say in Germany, Theatervogel, I would find the one that worked tonight. And who knows, they may change from scene to scene, act to act, note to note. I don't even know. I have to change it on every note to get through the show. But you know what? I'm not performing anymore, really, so I just sing for fun. And it's a lot more fun, and I don't really have to worry. Oh my God, what am I going to do tonight? I'm going to get that famous high note. Some of the young singers, I remember hearing Domingo sing Radame Sanaida in Houston. He's left out some of the high notes. Just didn't sing them. Took them down an octave. You know, that's nice. How do you do that? So if I'm going to sing some of this music, and I have all these possibilities of falsetto attachment. Now I can use this punto. Ooh, ah, 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 ah. I can go. Ooh, ah, 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 ooh, ah. So I'm attaching my falsetto to this one. How about here? Ooh, ah, 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 ah. Ooh, ah, 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 ah. Now, can I get through some of these hard phrases just using this staccato placement? So go. Ooh, ah, 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 ah. Stelle all'alba vincerò. I used this one that time. So you can do them all over the place. You can use this one. Ooh, ah, 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 because the point is that I'm attaching my falsetto by putting my voice there. The falsetto establishes freedom of the throat, loose, and my throat stays loose. If you hear someone like Beniamino Gigli, he would take and do it quickly. What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm using except I'm doing it short. And I'm still using a falsetto attachment on my diaphragm. If you watch Gigli sing, he sings with his head so extremely up like that. I've got one video of him singing, I think Cielo e Mar or something. He's got his hands in his pockets like this, standing like this. Then there's Tito Schipa doing that. He always said he sighed. So if I go, he said he sighed behind his sternum. So I go, Now what if I attach my falsetto the way? What am I doing? What am I doing? What is that? Cercherò lontanoso. Where is that falsetto attachment in that case? Right here. I side it behind my sternum. So we've got all these different ways of doing it. Let's see, we've got the backslide. We did one on the backslide, so I'm going to go. What did I do? I attached my falsetto. How? Slide it in my throat like a raw egg. Now, is that still a falsetto tone or not? So then we got to have a definition of falsetto, which is it's got to leak air. So I go, there it is. It's leaking like mad. So I go, then I start sliding it. There it goes. So now here, let's go. go in and out of that falsetto, if I practice enough, those were the days, my friend, we thought they'd never end. I can get that messy voce, the putting of the voice, I can get it to crescendo, decrescendo, and I can do it over and over and over, and I should do it over and over, and I should do it every day. The voice just wants to get heavy, and the older you get, and the sloppier you get, and your muscles start to go, everything wants to fall down in the basement. All of a sudden I'm saying, well, where's my voice? Well, it's not up there, it should be up there somewhere, right? Okay, so let's try another one. What about the in and out stop? We worked on in and out stop too, remember? Inhalation, stop. Exhalation, stop. So I go, where is that? Where is my voice now? What am I doing? Where is my falsetto attachment now? See? If I get it right, there's not even a teeny weeny itsy bitsy click. And the click is the bane of the old geezer singer. Starts clicking on me. He wants to do that. Oh, I'm a man. See? Oh, wants to get real, I don't know what, thick and heavy, and the last thing I want is to let my voice get like that. It's terrible. Like that, I mean. Okay? So let's try another one. We got out stop. We'll do out stop. If I go, ooh, no, if I go, falsetto-based tone, which props up the freedom of the throat, the tongue, the jaw, everything's loose. And then I do it in a way, I hope, that I'm only using the edges of my vocal cords, and I blow even a little air through them, whoo, to make sure that they're absolutely loose and free. Then I attach my breath, not my throat. So I go, and so forth. What if I use one of the instigators that causes my diaphragm to respond? You can see my diaphragm. If I go, see, I'm not making it go out. I'm just going, and it goes there. What if I go, Bob, Bob? See that? Bob. How about, halla, halla? What about the lip clamp? So all of these, as a response, as a reaction, attached to my diaphragm. Now, if I can do them in falsetto, how do I come back into falsetto, go from falsetto out to the voice and come back and then decide what volume level I want to use? I don't have to sing full power. In fact, that's not full power. I've got a lot more if I had the youth for it. So if I go, that's falsetto, look. See that? Now. See? And that kind of stuff is not a thing in the world, but practice, 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 practice. It becomes a skill for which you need adequate breathing development and hold the breath, get the breath way down the lower back before you start and be a little younger. No? Or stay in shape. I mean, I never go to the gym. I should be working out at age 80, walk in there like that. I either walk in there like that or walk out like that, right? All right, now let's try. Oh, then there's the statue, which is be dead still. So I go, ooh, look, see if anything moves. In other words, if I can hold it dead still, which is one of Pavarotti's, one of the characteristics of his vocal technique, was to hold dead still, and it works like a charm. In fact, I did a video the other day on the still static diaphragm. Well, that's where that all comes from. And I talked about Leonard Warren, how he held this area dead still, breathed in his back, and then used the pre-sneeze. So there's so many different good ways to sing. I don't know why are people doing this? Why do they do that kind of stuff? Oh, like a baby bird if they're looking for a worm. What are they doing? And a lot of singers sing like this, or like this. Why do they do that? Why not just It's like the falsetto and the real voice are sort of the same thing as far as the execution from here up is, because it stays as loose as it is in the falsetto. If I'm doing my throat really now, let's try putting the nape of the neck, which is this thing. Let's try putting it back. So, well, I said before, don't bow your neck and go, Can't do it. You have to do this. See? What am I doing? Not a cotton picking thing. All I did was pull my head back against my hand and pull my hand forward. So I get this sort of conflict going back in the back of my neck. And these muscles, this is what they call in karate hard style, because I'm using muscles to accomplish this. Where normally you want gravity to do everything, and you want to stand up and not flex the thing and let gravity do everything. So if I use gravity, I get... That's much more of a slide back type technique, even an inhalation technique. Very gentle. This one is a hard style. I'm going to make my head and my neck do what I want it to do. When I press back, and those little muscles right there tend to pull my head back, this whole area lets go. So if I do this with one hand, then look. If I can get all of the, imagine vocalizing using all these techniques every day. Even half of them every day, a different half every day. But think how you're going to sing in a few months. You won't believe what happens to the voice. You get so you can use it. I don't know if I could get through a big long opera. I used to do big operas. I don't know if I could get through them anymore. But I can sing a few good notes during the evening, for sure, using all these techniques. Now, if you do use yoga, you can use your chakras. And where are the chakras? See? Heart chakra. So this is one that was traditional in the Italian school for many years. Schipa used it, Claudio Muzio used it, Cavalier used this one, Pavarotti used this one. But there's always a lean forward somewhere. This is a chakra, and this is a chakra, and this is a chakra. Delmonico used this one. Corelli used this one part of the time. In the best part of his career, used this one. These are people that I know. I don't know everybody, but I know some of them. Some of them sang in the back of the neck. I was close to Maria Callas and Joan Sutherland and some of those people, some of the ladies. And, when you're talking about singing, they talked about the back of the neck. So what do I do in the back of my neck? What chakra is that? Well, we would say it's Kundalini chakra. Kundalini yoga. So if I go, no, where is that? What if I do this one? Or this one? Or this one? Or the one in the center of my abdomen. So what did Caruso mean when he said in his book, keep the voice, or the breath? He said, keep the breath well down toward the abdomen also. Then he said you should feel the tone vibrating all inside your body. So if I drop it way down here, he said, breathe in and pull it in, and then do a contrary motion when you sing, and then he says, keep it down toward the abdomen. So that's pretty clear. So I go, I don't really need to, for you English-speaking American singers especially, I don't need to cover. I don't need to modify a vowel. And for you Italian singers, I don't need to girare. I don't need to turn my voice. I don't need to do that. It gets up there somehow by itself. It's not wide open. Sometimes I have to demonstrate a wide open sound to show you what I mean. Let's see. There it is. So if I'm wide open, you'll notice that to get that sound, I have to make an action in my throat. Therefore, oh, no, that's too open, that's too bright, that's blatty, that's ugly. You know what, they're right. But what caused it? Action, tension, flexing the muscles in the throat. So, what do? Instead of undoing all the throat action, you go, where I do nothing, all I do is relax it and not flex the muscle, they make a new action. Or something like that. In this business of the open mouth, do I really need to open my mouth to sing? What do you think? What about that? You can understand what I'm saying. I didn't even open my mouth. What am I doing? So opening the mouth just let the sound out, but I'm not going to use that as a technique, and I know singers that did. A couple of them were my students and went on to make great big careers. I never did like it. Krista Ludwig used it part of the time. Peter Glossop, who did some work with me, did use it a lot of the time. And when they do, they go, ah, and they really feel the mask like crazy, see, when you do that. But that's all right, but you shouldn't do it with them. The whole idea is not to flex anything. So if I drop my jaw and soften it, goes like this. You know the famous pencil exercise? You're holding your teeth lightly, and then you do this. I relaxed my jaw, the thing fell out of my mouth, and my tone went in the mask. But how active is my mouth? Do I need to go, do I need to do that? Do I need to look grotesque? What? So you got some young lover? I was watching, what's his name? Bersala the other day. He goes, is that the way a young man would talk to this beautiful young woman? Hi. Oh, I think you're just wonderful. Why do that? You can smirk if you want to say, hi, how are you? And somebody say, you can do anything you want to if you don't use it. If you do use it and it stays loose, it's all kinds of funny shapes for the buffos. Saying, man, you work with the buffos, tenors especially, but any kind of bass baritone buffo, any kind, and you get them so they can do anything. They can do, and they hold their head funny, they do anything, because they don't use it. If they make a move, it's an artistic choice and not some kind of vocal necessity. So, what am I doing? I'm getting here, let's see, I've got, what have I got? Then the sighing. The sighing is just, the inward sigh is the slide back. You have sighing behind the sternum. You have sighing to the abdomen. And they're mostly basal and contrary motion. If I go, what if I don't pull my stomach in? What if I push my stomach out? Now that's part of my voice right there. Now I'm going to have to make an action in my throat to get some kind of color. So don't push your stomach out when you breathe. Pull it in when you breathe, like Caruso said, like Lily Neyman said. Can you go from peak Italian singer to peak German singer? Have to do the same thing? Think about it. In fact, Lily Neyman said to jerk the abdomen in when you breathe. And then when you sing, she said, then put the pressure against the chest. And he said, do a contrary motion. So what if I put the pressure against my chest? Huh, huh, what am I doing? Huh, huh, right? How are you today? So nice to see you. Ha, 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 hi. What am I doing? See? Is there any problems with that? Ha, ha. That's Siegfried, for Pete's sake. I made a mistake on my video and said Siegfried. I meant to say Siegmund. Got to keep your Siegs straight. The Ein Schwert verhieß mir, that's Siegmund from Walküre. And in the tape I said, oh my God, I'm not saying, I was thinking about doing Siegfried and chicken out and didn't do it. And I thought, well, you know. So how do I do all these things? We just went through a whole list of ways to use the falsetto here. What about the falsetto, right? So I've got... When is it falsetto and when is it a real mezzo voce? When can I use, remember that I just did the video of the three voices? How many have I got today? Let's see. Ooh, ah, there's a fourth one. Oh my God, a fourth one. Now I can do a fourth one. If I make another tape, we'll make a tape about the four voices, right? So when do I use the fourth voice? Ah, ah. When is that? When do I use that? Una furtiva lagrima negli occhi suavi spunto. When would I use the fourth voice, which is this, some people call it an attached falsetto, a non-breathy falsetto. A lot of the great singers talk to me all the time about attacking from the falsetto to get the voice. So I don't ever go whoo in public. You know why? Why? Because what does a true falsetto do? It leaks air. Whoo. So let's do the fourth voice and see if it's leaking air. Ooh, ah, una ultima lagrima. Shall I sing like that? What do you think? What am I doing? See? What is this attachment? What is this thing called love? I love my attachment. It saves my voice. It's let me sing, you know, God knows, endless performances of operas, of big operas. And you know what the German system is like. I was in Germany for years, and you sing every night. Rehearse all day, sing every night. So you better have a technique that doesn't wear on the voice or the rib cage or the diaphragm. Helge Lotsvanger was still doing 3 hours of yoga a day when he was 72. When he died, 71. I think 72. 71 maybe. I'm not sure what year. I worked with him when he was 69 to 70, and he died not long after that. So, but he was a tremendous advanced yogi. And he could just do all kinds of stuff. And when I met him, and he demonstrated something about take the roof off. Gigantic voice, right? So, what do I do with all of these many voices, and which one do I use? Well, the one thing I do not do is distort my phonation. I never do that. I would never say, hi, how are you today? I go, ha, ha, ha. Hi, how are you today? Ha, ha, ha. And if I want it loud, I go, ha, 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 or softer. Ha, ha, ha. What about staccatos in these four voices? We did, I think I demonstrated on the other tape. Ha, 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 ha. So I got to have some breath left. How do I do that? What am I doing? You know, we don't use our vocal cords. We let them vibrate, but we use breath control and breath restraint, breath balance, breath equalization. When your vocal cords close, they create a resistance, and the air doesn't want to go through them. The higher you go, the longer your vocal cords get, the tighter they close. And the glottal opening gets smaller and smaller and smaller, and it gets faster and faster. So that creates a resistance. When I get to the high notes, I have to equalize that resistance, not give more. I'm always telling everybody, stop upbowing. They go, ah, ah, ah. I said, stop upbowing. Just downbow. Ah. Why isn't, I don't understand why they have to think. Tutti i gioielli, due ladri gli occhi belli. Why do I have to go? First of all, it's not Italian. The Italian language is not spoken that way. It's spoken this way. Vogliamo andare in città stasera per comprare qualche cosa per mangiare? Vuole mangiare nel ristorante o vuole mangiare a casa? Everything's like this. It's one sound. I always use Ray Charles and people like that to demonstrate that they're all singing legato, these guys. Fantastic. It's fantastic the way they sing. You know, Elvis Presley sang that way in 1957 when I heard him. It was fantastic. Anyway, I hope this will give somebody some ideas about how to use the falsetto, because the falsetto is when you take a deep breath, you go, and now I've got this voice. What am I going to do with this voice? Now what do I do? And it's a mistake not to use it down through the range, in the middle voice, in the low voice. I go, some voice you sing is low. I sang, oh God, a number of them. I remember Eric in Flying Dutchman. He's got a you start off singing, a lot of the stuff's very low. And that's why some of the baritones, which the tenor can sing certain roles of Wagner. Melchior said that Lohengrin and Meistersinger were hard for him because they were high. Well, when I look at Siegfried, all I can think about is all those high notes are in that monster orchestra. But he wasn't worried about that. And so much of it, when you really go back and look at the roles, so much of it's in the middle voice. Tannhäuser also. Middle voice. That last big narration, things of the Rom-Erzählung, the narration of his trip to Rome and back, it's all low, low. So you realize if you're a normal tenor, even though you got a little ping on your voice, you still got to stay away from those low rolls. I mean, the first thing you know, you're using more than just the edges. It's hard to keep that. How do I sing down there? Well, I'm going to sing the same way and hope I have enough voice, but I do try to avoid those rolls that sit so low. And then I don't want more power. What if I'm doing I always use Otello because it's so dramatic, right? I go, see the falsetto, it's hard to get it low. In other words, I don't want to demonstrate that over and over. I know you guys get bored with it. But those are very useful phrases because they're bombastic and sudden and huge orchestration. And you know, if you want to survive, you got to learn how to sing in some of these hairy moments. Some of those moments, for you lyric singers, some of those mezzo voce sections are so exposed, the whole world's looking right up your nose with binoculars and they hear every sound you make. And if one of them goes, beep, see, that's where the fabulous lyric tenors could do stuff that nobody. I heard Jussi Björling live. I've never heard anything like it. The guy had such gorgeous tone and such control when he sang lyrically. This guy sang a high C in Faust, the most beautiful note I've ever heard in my life, probably. And he sang it like this, like a great violinist. There wasn't the slightest change, not that you could hear anyway, when he went up to that high note. No action like this. Can you imagine singing your high notes with no action? Can you imagine? La 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 la. So I did that for the throat doctor several times. They said, what are you doing? What are you? I said, nothing. Nothing. Well, how do you get up there? I don't know. That's not my job. Ask any voice scientist. He'll tell you every muscle and every verb and everything. Just like the mechanic of a race car at the Indy 500. But those guys don't drive. We're the drivers. We're out there going through the curve at 200 miles an hour. I got to stand up and sing these operas. Well, do I need to know what the mechanic knows? Huh? Can he do what I can do, driving that car through a curve at 200 miles an hour? I don't think so. I think they're two completely, not only different skills, but different talents. They're different talents. Some of these scientists should have gone on and become otolaryngologists. I mean, they are brilliant. Some of them are brilliant, the stuff they know. But can they sing? Can they sing? And then the singers, say, I don't know, mate. I had one New Zealand colleague used to sing everything. And he sang Tannhäuser and Tristan, all this monster music all the time. And I said, what do you think about what you sing? He says, mate, I don't know. I just try to get it up here in the mask all the time. So what do you mean? Well, he said, if you open the barn door, the cow will get out. So I can't open the barn door. I have to go like this. Then you have people like Marilyn Horne raising the cheek, keeping the cheeks up. Beverly Sills did that with teeth. Then Tejano will start doing it. Well, shall I sing with my cheeks up real high or not? Something in my nose. What is it? Is it normally phonated? Do I really talk like that? Hi, how are you today? So nice to see you. So shall I sing that way? Right? Is it necessary? Sometimes it's some kind of aesthetic talent. Sometimes it's, when you sang the operas I sang that were so incredibly long and difficult and bombastic, I didn't want to have to do any work that wasn't necessary. See? So Tito Schipa said he thought of his voice like a big salami. The thinner he could slice it, the longer it would last. So I'm of the Tito Schipa school mentality. And of course, Gili said we must all bow down to the art of Tito Schipa. Gili thought he was the greatest singer in the world, which he may have been. He didn't have Gili's voice, that's all. But he did okay. All right, guys. I hope you enjoy this one. I hope this clarifies somebody asked me about what is this falsetto and how to use the falsetto, and I hope I've given you enough, at least give you some hints about it. Okay? Okay, bye.